Welcome to DHN. I'm your host, Wade Teamer. Now, in this video, we have some Hedera investigations to discuss, guys. It's been a big week for Hedera, now known strictly as Hedera, but the tech is Hashgraph, and the industry at large is beginning to take notice, guys. In this video, we are going to be discussing not only this tweet here from Coinbase Assets, but we are also going to be breaking down this story. EMTECH to pilot a US CBDC in the digital dollar project sandbox program. Now, we are on this channel familiar with EMTECH, US CBDCs, and the digital dollar project, but the relationship between these three entities, between these three things, has gotten a lot stronger, guys, and it's really going to benefit you if you're holding Hedera. Now, the first thing I want to get into is this whole Coinbase listing situation. All right, so according to the tweet, guys, and this began happening on September 12th, Coinbase is looking to add support for Hedera HBAR on the Hedera network. So these will be native Hedera tokens coming to Coinbase. Now, real quick, I do want to point out something here. I believe it was in my previous HBAR video where I talked about them introducing native staking and how that was going to have a dramatic impact on the adoption of Hedera. And I'm pretty sure I said we are now one step closer to a Coinbase listing, guys, and it is appearing to be true. So the initial tweet, September 12th, like I said, they are preparing to add support for Hedera to Coinbase. Of course, do not send anything to any funny addresses in the meantime. Then they came out with this tweet, an update a few hours later. In order to have full confidence in a successful HBAR launch, we have made the decision to delay the launch of trading. They have temporarily disabled new deposit address generation. Do not attempt to deposit HBAR into Coinbase until further notice, guys. And that notice page is going to be right here, status.exchange.coinbase.com, and you know I'll have the links down in the episode guide for you. As you can see though, guys, this is coming from Coinbase. Here is the update. Again, they are still in the phase of accumulating confidence. Now, what this translates to, guys, is they're trying to accrue enough liquidity. Now, the retail does not have access to this yet, but I saw a very funny tweet that talked about how Coinbase and its players needed to buy up some HBAR first. Very interesting that HBAR is still down right now, but with Ethereum's behavior around this merge, Bitcoin going through its motion, the market itself is not looking good right now. So it would make sense that a lot of the attention, especially on altcoin projects, guys, a lot of the attention is focused on Ethereum and Bitcoin, and that's to be expected. But let's just say, we might have one more Coinbase effect before the end of 2022, guys, because the effect hasn't been as strong recently. But at the same time, the projects that they have been listing haven't been as big or as powerful as some of our favorite tokens. Now, currently where we stand, guys, they are still looking to provide an updated timeline, and the Twitter account Coinbase Assets, and I'll have a link to that too, will be where the announcement will be made. So we do have a listing to look forward to, guys, and that's going to be big. And this is supported by this Coinbase blog here that was updated July 1st of this year. Okay, when people ask about the Hedera situation, they often send this link out on Twitter. But as you can see here, guys, they have made an update to their roadmap, and the following assets that are planned to be listed on Coinbase, the number one is Hedera. So we know this is happening. Okay, we know this is happening. It's just all a matter of time. Once I get a date out, I'll be surfing through Twitter for the next couple of days just so I don't miss the announcement. But once we get a date, guys, I'll either shoot it out on Twitter or I'll make a video about it. But just real quick, some other big projects they have coming. Audius. Okay, don't sleep on Audius, guys. If you are a Spotify user, Pandora, SoundCloud, things like that, this is the blockchain equivalent. Okay, so that's why they're going to add that. And Illuvium, that's a big gaming project. They're pretty good. Injective Protocol, that's a layer 2 situation, which they'll still be in effect even though Ethereum has made this transition. And then PundiX, guys, that's a POS network. What they do is basically allow brick and mortar retail stores to accept cryptos as payment. That's all going to tie in. Okay, don't forget, next May, US instant payment FedNow system, it's going to kick on, and we're going to see an acceleration of all of these types of things, guys, especially when it comes to CBDCs. Now, let's jump into this situation here, okay? EMTECH to pilot a US CBDC in the Digital Dollar Project Sandbox program. Now, this is so interesting, guys, because the initial introduction, okay, that we had to EMTECH and their relationship with Hedera was through, and you know I still got the document, guys, Project New Dawn. I was reading through. Let's jump to the top here just so I can show you. But again, this one, I'll try to put a link down in the episode guide, but there has been issues with certain PDFs. If there is, send me an email. I got you right away. But this is Project New Dawn, guys. This is the initial project that was launched between EMTECH and Hedera. This was the initial CBDC invitation, okay? And as you'll read through this thing, you'll notice how they're this is all coming from the mind of Caramel Cadet, guys. Very great woman, okay? Visionary of a mind, and she is leading us into the next generation. As you'll read through this paper, you'll get not only an understanding of what CBDCs are, their technical implications, things like that, but on page 16, it actually describes how Hedera will be used, guys. So you'll find it under the technical considerations chapter. That'll be chapter 7. And under interoperability, there's that keyword again. Gateway nodes or services could allow any financial institution to connect to the digital cash blockchain and utilize its infrastructure as cash becomes cash deposits and vice versa. The digital cash blockchain will be integrated with existing systems and does not require retooling of the current banking system. Further, working on the Hedera hash graph network, we will develop further understanding on how to use interoperability to provide trust in a private CBDC network. So that was the spark, guys. That's what set everything off, the whole discussion about CBDCs on Hedera. It was through their relationship with EMTECH. And what's interesting about all of that is the fact that the narrative have shifted, guys. And let me tell you what it shifted to. August 28th, EMTECH introduced the G.R.E.E.N CBDC framework. Now, we know there has been a lot of discussion about environmental social government, sustainable development goals. Everything is going green right now. Everything is going green. I saw a report on CNBC that talked about how there are almost just as many EV cars being purchased in the United States as regular cars. Almost there. I believe the difference is only about 35%. That's saying something, because in as early as 5 years ago, you could not make that statement. Okay, so that just goes to show you guys where we're headed and where Hedera is headed. Let's get some details on this G.R.E.E.N CBDC, guys, because this is the one that they're going to look to launch on Hedera. Now, EMTECH, award-winning software company and the first of its kind modern central banking infrastructure provider, unveiled the G.R.E.E.N CBDC framework to help central banks unlock unprecedented value in deploying a central bank digital currency. The announcement comes as a broad set of stakeholders, including central banks and the White House, have called for energy-efficient methods of bringing financial services to consumers and businesses, as the need to reduce carbon footprints remains critical, guys. Now, one thing that I want you to take away from this is the fact that it won't just be for the United States. EMTECH has already successfully aided in the launch of the Bohemian Sand Dollar. They have also helped in the launch of Nigeria's e-Naira central bank digital currency. So they've done this before. Okay, they've done this before. What's going to bring about the added energy here is the fact that a green CBDC falls in line with the global agenda. Okay, that's very important, guys. Continuing. The launch of Green CBDC framework is a natural step for EMTECH, which already utilizes an environmentally friendly technology to power its solution. Last year, it partnered with Hedera to minimize energy usage, guys. And we have that blog post right here, guys, as you can see, October 8th, courtesy of the Hedera team. So this kind of gives you an idea of where this relationship began. Another thing too, guys, that you'll notice is that EMTECH is all over the mainstream media. That's another thing, guys. And to add on top of that, one of the SDG goals is related to gender. So I bring that up to mention the fact that because Miss Cadet is in this position, she's gonna have some added energy, all right? Because everything falls in line with the global narrative. Now, I do have this website here. I got this pulled up. This is the official website for the Green CBDC project, guys. And what I find interesting is that this particular project will be participating in the digital dollar project sandbox for the United States. But one thing you'll notice as you read through this material is the fact that this is focused towards all central banks. Okay? All central banks. So that could, in essence, create a situation where all of North America would be moving their money on Hedera. That includes Canada, Mexico, and the US, of course. Next, I want to show you some of the players that are involved in this greenification of the CBDC, guys. The Bank for International Settlements, the IMF, and the World Economic Forum, and a growing number of central banks are looking at various angles of such tasks of going green. Carbon footprint is hard to measure, but green bonds are gaining popularity as a way to invest in green investments. So we're not just talking about CBDCs here, guys. We're talking about all forms of tokenized green focus applications to be built on the blockchain. Now, it isn't just about reducing carbon footprint. It is more critical than ever, but in this framework, we present a feasible and grounded approach for central banks, even those with limited resources, on how to take action when thinking about inclusion, stability, and risk management, guys. So, like I said, EMTECH has worked with large nations as well as small nations. That has given them a very strong track record. And again, this here just reiterates their relationship with Hedera, the award-winning software company, modernized central banking infrastructure for financial inclusion. We partnered with Hedera Hashgraph to achieve an energy-efficient, trusted, secure, and low-cost ledger and tokenization services. That's very key, guys. We talk about tokenization a lot on the channel because that's how you're going to get all of these real world assets onto the blockchain. That is how the former financial system becomes the new financial system. They're going to tokenize the crap out of it. I also like this piece here about a paradigm shift happening in methods used traditionally. The Green CBDC framework provides a central bank a practical, impact, and outcome-driven framework in deploying its CBDC as a digital cash infrastructure. We believe in leveraging our energy-efficient solution, a central bank, the unique opportunity to unlock precedented value for years to come. What I just like from that is the paradigm shift happening. Because that's very true, guys. That is very, very true. Next, they go into some emissions, CO2 emissions compared to Bitcoin. As you can see, Hedera is carbon negative. Now, there's also a lot of discussion about G.R.E.E.N because they are too carbon neutral. So, G.R.E.E.N is working with MIT on Project Hamilton. The information is still very sparse about that, but guys, what we're gonna see set up is different chains for different regions of the world. That's the picture that I'm seeing here. Big things coming for Hedera in the very near future, guys. We got a green CBDC. We have a potential Coinbase listing. Now, on the subject of CBDCs, I just want to make it known how I feel personally. What we have here is the replacement for digital cash. Simply put, guys, the paper money that you have in your wallet 5 years from now will be a central bank digital currency. Will you still be able to use it the same way? That's still up in the air. The potential to track everything, yes, it is there. But is it avoidable? I don't think it is. So, with all that being said, guys, of course, you know what I want you to do. Leave a like, comment, share this video if you found value. Also, don't forget to check out the DHN Crypto Journal, guys. And you see, I got mine right here. All right, this book here, guys, is really going to help you get through the remainder of this bear market, especially if you're the type that likes to stay educated on crypto assets. Like I said, guys, big week for Hedera Hashgraph. And with that, have a great day, have a prosperous day. And most importantly, if the money is digital, so is the hustle. I'll see y'all in the next video.